Sun Devil basketball right here on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com. Just out of the half, the Sun Devils was a 6-point lead over the Oregon Ducks, 36-30. Alongside Simon Williams, I am Alex Coyle. Simon, that first half, ASU seemed to really have control, kind of at arm's length, helped by some great shooting and good defense and rebounding on the other end.
Yeah, absolutely, especially from three. They defended their guys on the perimeter as Oregon is shooting 1 for 13 from beyond the arc. Now, that's back-to-back games where they are in single digits percentage-wise shooting from threes in first half. So they've been shaky from deep. ASU has responded thanks to Marion Jackson.
Another thing we spoke about in our open, this game really important for Oregon, as is every game the rest of the way, especially before that big matchup at U of A coming later this weekend. That last team into the bracket, according to Joe Lenardi. Bubble time, no room for error as we get closer to March.
Absolutely not. They go to Arizona to face the number 3 ranked team in the country. Then they host the LA schools, number 13th ranked UCLA and 17th ranked USC, before facing 2 of the lower to middle tier teams in the pack, as the Washington schools are their last road trip. So Oregon has a chance to really make some noise and earn resume-defining wins. But that helps here on the road at Arizona State.
And of course, that story starts right here with the first chapter. Halfway through this game, 36-30, again, Arizona State on top. You mentioned that gauntlet of the schedule that Oregon's about to go through. Arizona State coming off of that a couple of weeks ago, 5 games in a row against top 25 opponents. First time any Pac-12 school has done that in conference since back in the early 2000s when the Sun Devil team did 6. Teams battle-tested, and so far the game plan's working correctly, mixing things up defensively.
Right, and this team has a lot of length. Oregon does. And contests against really good teams skill-wise, like those ranked matchups that they played 6 straight times, help you in matchups like this when they just outbody you. But luckily for the Sun Devils, they have some length of their own. I mentioned in the open as well, they don't necessarily have the body mass, the body frames, but they have some length in Jemiah Neal, Alonzo Gaffney, and Jalen Graham to defend the perimeter. So they know that they can be battle-tested and aware heading into this contest. And they've looked as good as they've looked in a first half as I've seen all season. You would hope they get a little bit better from the stripe in the second half if you're a Sun Devil fan. But really, they've been putting the pieces together for a solid second half performance.
Arizona State led in scoring, especially by the three-point barrage of Marion Jackson. He starts this half on the bench. The Sun Devils will start the half with the basketball. They move from left to right. The Oregon Ducks in their dark green uniforms with the neon green piping lettering and numbering will move from right to left. Alonzo Gaffney getting ready to inbound on the far sideline to DJ Horn. And he's picked up full court by the Oregon Ducks. That's Jacob Young. All 5 starters on the floor for both teams. Left wing. Now on the low post. Driving baseline is Kamani Lawrence. He picks up his dribble. Back out to Graham up top of the key. Dribble pull up on the handoff to DJ Horn, and he sinks it. 1 shot, 1 make. Sun Devils by 8.
You mentioned it early. He's instead opted for the 2-point shots instead of the 3s that he missed early on. He's made 2 of his last 3 2-point attempts.
Richardson with it. Now he finds Volley Dante down low. 1 dribble, puts it on the floor. Swatted by a guard. That's DJ Horn, who comes away with the basketball. Shot clock for ASU. Another 1 dribble pull up inside the line. That doesn't even move the net. It was so good. Devils' largest lead. It's 10.
Another smooth jumper on the elbow there from DJ Horn. He has felt that shot as of late.
Not even a minute into this second half. Another deflection, this time out of bounds off of Gaffney, but Richardson and the guards inside struggling to get shots off in this second half. 2 possessions, 2 blocks for ASU. And inbounding in is Davion Harmon, the 6'2", 200-pound junior guard. Underneath his own basket, 16 to shoot for the Oregon Ducks, 18:56 and counting in regulation. Sun Devils 40, Ducks 30 here in Tempe. Guerrier, left wing, Harmon into the corner, trying to get it into Namfali Dante. He does, almost travels against Graham, and a shot clock violation. Couldn't get it up in time, and even when he did, he missed the rim. So a great defensive performance, first 2 possessions for ASU.
If you've made it 2 defensive possessions, let's make it 3 if you're the Sun Devils. Really lock in. Start these first 5 minutes of the second half, often called the most crucial points of the contest besides crunch time, with a real defensive stance.
Graham trying to dribble handoff at the top of the key. Instead, he takes a dribble from the free throw line. That one's pure. Devils 6 unanswered to start the half, lead by 12. Timeout. Dana Altman in Arizona State has all the momentum and the largest cheer from the crowd all night as Altman calls that timeout with 18:15 left in half number 2.
Coach Jermaine Marshall was so excited off the bench. He was the first guy off, really leading the cheers. You got to know if you're the Sun Devils, this is a time when you can really stretch the lead. Don't just feel good about what you've done so far. Use that to move forward to this next period with some energy. And they can really bring that here if they keep this offense going as well.
Arizona State, again, those 6 points unanswered, tied for their largest lead, and it's current 12 so far, 42-30 with 8:15 left. What kind of adjustments are you making if you're Dana Altman in that timeout?
Bring back the veteran guard. Will Richardson's got to be handling the ball more. It was Jacob Young and Will Richardson who really initiated the offense. This time, that was in the first half. This time to start the second, they've opted for more high-low action. Go back to the guard play. It seems like ASU was struggling to catch up on switches defensively. Go back to where it worked.
Arizona State is 3 for 3 shooting in this half. Oregon 0 for 1 just because they can't get a shot off on the offensive zone. Going toward the student section, of course, Arizona State at halftime got to reference baseball as many times as we can. Baseball season starting up this weekend, hosting Dixie State, and it's a new era. Willie Bloomquist interviewed in front of the crowd at halftime, got welcomed with a lot of cheers.
This crowd, despite being maybe a third full, has been pretty vocal. I mean, they're standing here now to start the second half. About half the crowd is on their feet, and there's been nothing truly spectacular going on. No highlight plays, no dunks, no nothing like that. But they've been into it, and I think little things like that, like Coach Bloomquist stepping out and saying hello to the new crowd as his first time as a Sun Devil baseball head coach. Little things like that. Little things like the student section being here. That's what really gets everybody going.
And not only did Willie Bloomquist answer questions and get the crowd riled up, he specifically called out, as he said, the team down south, of course referencing the University of Arizona as a rival. He said his favorite tradition was, quote, beating the hell out of them. We'll see what happens this year as he tries to rebuild that program. Again, they'll get started underway this weekend. You can listen to all 3 of those games right here on Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com starting tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. First pitch from Muni. We're playing basketball here in Tempe. 18:15 left in the second half. Sun Devils lead by 12. There's 24 seconds left on the shot clock of Oregon. They called timeout after a 6-0 run to start the half for Arizona State. Harmon will look to inbound from the sideline right in front of his bench. So we await the return of the television broadcast. Of course, we definitely thank you for tuning in to Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com. Alongside Simon Williams, I am Alex Coyle. Ball inbounded on the right wing, and a hand check as Eric Williams tried to drive. I believe they're going to get Alonzo Gaffney his first foul, the first foul of the half on Arizona State. First foul for either team in half number 2. Shot clock resets to 20. Richardson catches the inbound. Williams drives to the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Richardson. Loses his feet. He's rolling around for it. Gaffney dives for the basketball, and he's called for a foul, his second, in a matter of 10 seconds.
He's quite surprised with that call, and I would tend to agree with him too, because that's the second time tonight that Will Richardson has lost his dribble and had to hit the deck. So Gaffney was all on top of him, of course, but that was for a loose ball.
Another refresh on the shot clock. 2 minutes and counting into the second half. Another tip by DJ Horn goes out of bounds. 11 seconds on the shot clock, 17:51 to go. Sun Devils still lead by 12 and only one shot in the half for Oregon.
Kamani Lawrence was the guy who initially tipped that ball. He stuck his hand in while Harmon was driving before it got to DJ Horn.
And there's a 3 from the right wing, and just like we talked about in the first half, the shooting woes are not going to be too long as that one is knocked down by Quincy Guerrier. It's now a 9-point game. Made that from the right wing. Sun Devils now in the half court. Jay Heath, the dribble handoff, now to Horn on the left wing. Trying to get it into Gaffney, back up top. Now into Graham as he turns around, gets fouled just inside the free throw line. He'll have 2 free throws coming. Trying to extend that lead back to double digits.
Now this is an area where Jalen Graham has really struggled all year from the free throw line. Just about 52% from the line for his career. It hasn't been pretty from the line this year as much, 51%. But this can where you can really make or break games. I mean, ASU obviously has the lead now and has had the lead going into the halftime and extended it even at this period. But that's tenuous. And free throws help you out in that area.
Graham missed the first, misses the second, and Arizona State absolutely atrocious from the free throw line tonight. Just 3 of 10 from the charity stripe that they trap. Guerrier in the corner, he just throws it up, and Graham grabs the basketball, trying to go coast to coast. Good dish to Gaffney, and he slams it through. Sun Devils with 44, Ducks with 33, and that's the first highlight of the night that gets the crowd involved. Richardson left wing, guarded by Jay Heath. Finds Harmon into the lane, back out to Williams. Eyeballs a 3. That one short. Rebound goes to Kepnog. Guys fall down. He misses the hook, and it's grabbed by Graham. Up the near sideline goes DJ Horn. Top of the key. Step back for 3. Backyard, no. Battle for the board goes to Kepnog. Williams looks to push. Throws it almost out of bounds. Harmon is pushed out of bounds by Horn. He's called for the foul. The 3rd foul of the half on Arizona State. Not even 4 minutes in.
We've had a few plays now where guys from both teams have hit the deck through contact. It's been aggressive in this early going. Coming out of that most recent timeout, these Ducks have been really, really aggressive, especially on the defensive end.
Harmon looking to inbound from the sideline. 27 seconds to shoot. His inbound pass is tipped and stolen by DJ Horn. Too easy for number 0. Slowly brings it across. Marion Jackson into the game for the first time of the half. He leads all scorers with 16 points. Horn is trapped and fouled, I believe, by Kepnog. If so, that'll be number 3 on the big man. Instead, they give it to Harmon. And that'll be his 2nd foul. 2nd foul of the half on the Oregon Ducks as they still trail by 11 points, 16-18 left in regulation. Seconds on the shot clock for Arizona State. Marion Jackson catches the inbound and drives towards Bobby Hurley and the bench. Horn, top of the key, finds Graham. A couple of dribbles, little floater. Nice touch there. Largest lead of 13 for ASU. Quickly up the floor go the Ducks. It's Young, gets a screen from Kepnog. Into the lane, kick to the corner, pump fake on the 3. Williams trying to go up, almost a charge, and he's called for it. Little hesitation from the official, but Kamani Lawrence draws the contact. 3rd team foul on the Ducks, and that's how we'll send it to the first media timeout of this second half. Sun Devils lead by 13, 46-33, with 15:54 left in regulation. You're listening to Blaze Radio and BlazeRadioOnline.com's coverage of Sun Devil basketball.